Hi Soul Fam, welcome back to this channel where we do tarot card readings every single Monday and Reiki charged guided meditations and sound healings on most Thursdays. If we haven't met before, welcome. My name is Frances. I'm the founder and lead practitioner at For Noble. And if we have met before, welcome back. I'm so excited to be here with you today. And I am really excited to get into our tarot card reading. We are going to be working as usual with the For Noble Tarot deck. I created this deck a little bit ago, a couple months ago. Well, it was launched last year, so however long ago that was now. But it is all sustainably made, gold foil, as you can see here, and you'll see some of the designs as well. So if you're interested in working with this deck yourself, I will leave the link to do so in the description box below. It also comes with a guidebook which fits inside the box, so descriptions for every single card, as well as some templates on how to use the cards, and some guidance on how to work with the deck. So if you are new to tarot, or even if you've been using tarot for a really long time, this deck is perfect, because if you're new, you can have the guidebook. Also, sometimes even if you are you have a regular tarot practice, having the guidebook can be really nice, because there's certain times where we're just feeling like, I just want to turn to a page and have someone tell me, i.e. your spiritual team in the universe, tell me what I need to know. And it can feel really nurturing and nourishing to feel so seen through written guidance. So anyways, that's enough about the deck. Let's get into our reading for this week. I'm just going to start to shuffle the cards. Working in the light and the highest for everyone here's greatest good and deepest understanding at this time. Keeping my energy on, cleansed and protected. And each person hears energy as well. Goodness, words today. Mercury is retrograde. I always get tongue-tied during Mercury retrograde, so apologies in advance. Keeping all of our energies on, cleansed, protected. Separate from one another, yet connected here. Welcoming in my spiritual team, your spiritual team. Good. All right. Let's see what we need to know this week. So I'm just spreading the cards out so they're all accessible. And I'm going to hover my hand and pull the ones calling for us this week. What do we need to know? Do we need you? Sometimes I touch a card and I'm like, oh, I don't know if it's all of those. So I just always like to check. Yeah, just two. Okay. Interesting how they're coming out today. Thank you for your patience with that. They're being really very, very specific in the order. So it's 2, 2, 2, and 1. Yeah? Let's dive in. So, 10 of Cups. Ooh, and Queen of Cups. Okay, beautiful. So cups, I'll show you the cards in a moment, but cups are all about our feelings, our emotions, like our inner world. And this week is lovely. 10 of Cups says that there's likely going to be a little bit more joy in the air. This is also the family card, so you may be there's actually two messages coming through here. So let's start with the first one, the joy in the air. Things might be feeling good this week. If that's you, amazing. I don't want you to second guess it. I don't want you to question it. I don't want you to fear that the joy is going to stop. I don't want you to worry about when is the other shoe going to drop. Accept the joy that's flowing to you. This is just a card of like overflowing joyful abundance. Yeah. So I really want you embracing that energy. And with it, you also have, the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups says you are the master of your emotions. Let your emotions flow. Operate from a place of Emotional intelligence, like do what feels good to you, let things flow. You don't have to be so rigid. Being in the energy of Queen of Cups is going to help you actually keep the energy of 10 of Cups, that continuous flow. It's going to allow it to keep coming to you. So if you're the person that's like, things are good, I'm feeling good, how you're going to stay in that energy is by owning that joy, knowing you are worthy and deserving of that joy, and continuing to do things that feel good for you. It is not selfish. It is not going to stop. It sounds so simple actually when you put it that way. Like if you want to continue feeling joyful, keep doing joyful things. Like it really is as simple as that, which I love. Part 2 of this card, which might be for the joyful group as well, or it could be for a separate group. 10 of Cups is about family, as mentioned a little bit ago. And it's usually about joyous family things. This could be family reunions, reconnecting with someone, having a great conversation with a sibling or a parent or a cousin. This could mean pregnancy. This could mean expanding family, starting to have those conversations. I mean, so many things, really anything to do with family in a really light, beautiful, lovely way. With it though, with this Queen of Cups, you may be being called to be the leader in that sense. So like you might be the person who's having to encourage your family to have these conversations, or start the maybe hard conversation that you know is going to be worth it, or maybe plan the family reunion or plan the family day date or something. It's kind of just asking you that if you want that joyous harmony in your family, you might be the one who's actually having to implement that, which might be the last thing you want to hear, because you're probably like, I just want someone to do it for me, or I'm the one who does it all the time. Can't anyone else just take some of the load? That is a great thing to work towards. However, right now, as of this week, you are still the person that is being called to step up and lead in that way. So if you are wanting that joyous harmony in your family, you are the person that is going to create it. Okay? Cool. Okay, then we have these 2 cards here. Ooh, Temperance, beautiful. And the Moon. Okay, so 2 major cards, lovely. Okay, so this feels totally separate to everything that they just said. So this is, I guess, pillar 1 of this week, okay? These 2 cards here are pillar 2. Temperance. This is the card of patience. It is the card of leading from the heart and the third eye. So a little bit in relation to the Queen of Cups, right? Leading from those joyful emotions. But Temperance is about the ability to kind of let yourself be where you are and potentially be doing multiple things at once. This could have to do with your work, your passion projects, your family, your self-prioritization, so many things. But the main guidance with Temperance is to stay grounded and rooted in patience, in intuitive connection, so that you can do more than one thing at once. Yeah, it's kind of this feeling of halfway in, halfway out, not so much as you're like kind of involved in something, kind of not involved in something. It's kind of like this feeling of I want to do this thing and I want to do this thing. If you look at this hummingbird, its beak is in that beautiful rainbow of water, of liquid flowing from cup to cup, but it's not fully submerged in it, right? And this doesn't mean that it doesn't trust itself to submerge in it. It just means that it's like, I want to be a little bit wet, but I don't want to be completely drenched, right? It's allowing it to be in 2 places at once, letting the priorities be in multiple places at once. So if that's you this week and you're like, oh my God, I have so much on my plate and I have to do this and I have to do this and I have to do this, I have to do this. Slow down, check back in with the intuition and the heart space, and just practice patience, one thing at a time, right? They're saying cultivate your schedule in a way that feels good to you. So maybe implementing rest, maybe implementing self-reflection, maybe scheduling some self-care time, whether that's, a massage or watching TV, like something that can just really help you come back to center. Yeah, because with Temperance, we also have the Moon card. The Moon card is beautiful. It is saying, number one, this is just a phase. So we're probably going to be out of this energy at least in the next 2 weeks, hopefully by next week, we're going to be coming out of it. Meaning not that this is bad energy by any means, but kind of like that busyness of feeling like we have to work so hard to ground because we're all over the place. The moon says this is just a phase, so it is not forever. This could also mean it's a life phase for you. So if you're someone with young children or a new business, or you're moving, or there's big life change going on, your team is saying it is just a phase. So can you actually just like lean into it and just let it be what it is for now, because it's not going to be this way forever. Yeah. With the moon too, there's also some fear in this card. The fear of what's on the far side of the moon, the fear of the unknown. And that might be causing a little bit of a sense of, I need to rush. I need to get it all done. But Temperance says, slow down. You can be in multiple places and multiple energies at once. While that's not always our guidance, right? Sometimes it's, hey, you got to pick one thing and do it. This week, ground yourself enough so that you can be doing multiple things at once. Hopefully they feel good to you. I want you using your intuition and your heart space to prioritize the things that really need your attention first. And know that, again, this is just a phase, whether that is brings a little bit of like preemptive nostalgia to you, right? If you have young children or something and you're like, oh my gosh, they are going to grow up. Or if you're like, no, I can't wait for this phase to be done because things are so busy. Or maybe a little bit of both. Temperance, let yourself be in both. We don't need to fear the unknown. We don't need to rush through it. Just let yourself be where you are. And I know that's so much easier said than done, but the more that you can slow down and practice that feeling of the energy of temperance, the energy of stillness, that is really where you're actually going to be the most productive. Not that productivity is the number one goal, but that's where your energy is being called towards. So it might be a little bit of work this week to stay in that energy. If nothing else, just keep reminding yourself, I am safe to do multiple things at once. This is all just temporary. I don't have to fear the unknown. I don't have to fear that I'm going to fail. All is good. I can take my time. Okay. Beautiful. All right. And then we have these two cards over here. 9 of Swords, so that's echoing a little bit. We'll come into it in a second. Ooh, and the Hermit, another major card. Beautiful. So remember in these two cards right here, they were saying, hey, you got to schedule in time for yourself. We got that guidance last week as well. We need to keep doing that. Again, as mentioned, Mercury is retrograde, and I never want that to scare anyone because sometimes it doesn't affect people very intensely. For me, it comes and goes, but it's kind of this feeling of like, maybe this week feels a little bit harder, like things are a little crunchy, yeah, and that's maybe why we're feeling like we have to rush, or our attention needs to be multiple places, or maybe why we need to be focusing on communication with our family over here in these first cards. But these cards over here are echoing the call to care for yourself. There's anxiety going on right now, and that's okay. 9 of Swords says, oh my goodness, my brain, my head, my mind, there is so much happening. Yeah, like I'm stressed. I'm stressed out. However, there is nothing really to be stressed about. If you look at the swords, the crystals above her head, it's almost as if she's sitting there like, I'm so scared this crystal is going to fall down and impale me. And the universe is like, girl, look at the crystals. They're not falling. They're perfectly aligned. There's nothing to worry about. You're good. But she's like, no, I'm scared. It's going to fall. And the spiritual team is like, I mean, you can keep being scared, but like these crystals aren't falling down. Like they're good. You're all good. Everything is good. So reminding yourself of that this week, acknowledging, ooh, I'm worrying about things. I'm a little bit stressed. I'm a little bit, focused on the unknown, and that's causing me to feel rushed or panicked, but everything's okay. Oh, everything's okay, everything's good, and how I'm going to lean more into that trust of everything is okay. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to shine my light inward. The Hermit card says you come first. Again, we got this guidance last week, so we're still in this same energy, but in this card, the energy is really about the nurture and the care for yourself. Yeah, so if you look at her, she's all nice and curled up and all cozy in this beautiful shell. Hands here, shining her light that usually shines outward, inward. Yeah, she's protecting it. She's protecting her peace. She's keeping her energy hers. This week, it's going to be really important that you are not, again, in that go, 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 go. Even if your calendar this week is bananas and you're like, this doesn't make sense to me because I'm so busy. You have the choice of the mindset of the energy in the way in which you show up. Yeah. So caring for yourself, trusting that things are going to be okay, taking things one step at a time, knowing your energy is needed multiple places, but it's okay. You don't have to fear that. You don't have to rush. You can slow down, focus on the joyful things, right? Bring yourself into this place of, if it feels good, I'm going to do this, because Hermit says, I want to shine my light inward. I want to care for myself. Yeah. And then we have this single card over here. I feel like this is going to wrap everything up. So let's see. Yeah. We can't make this stuff up. Justice. Another major card once again. So life themes. Reminders for you. Justice is the card of balance, of fairness, equality. Yeah. So this card is saying that all of this is actually just helping you to come into balance with who you are, with your life, to not feel so overwhelmed by all the things, because there are so many of the things. But when we focus on our emotions and do what feels good, when we have patience and just trust in the process, when we really trust that we are protected and there's nothing to worry about and everything's as it should be, and we have the time and space to shine our light inward, that is where balance comes in. Now, one final piece, kind of an activity that your team is encouraging you to do this week is, what does balance mean to you? What does balance look like to you in your life? I want you to spend some time contemplating on that. Think about it, feel into it, write it down, and then start to take action in these areas to cultivate that balance. Yeah, so many of us have that goal. I want my life to feel balanced. I want to live a life of balance and peace and bliss. But then we don't even know what balance and peace and bliss means to us. That could mean that you are very busy all the time. However, you love every second of it. And when you come home and you turn off your computer at the end of the day, you are so full on and present in your home life. And that is beautiful balance to you. For some of you, it may be the complete opposite of that. And maybe it's working a few hours a day and spending a lot of time on yourself, or sleeping a lot, or whatever it is. It's so individualized. That's why it's important that you identify what balance means to you, and then use the rest of this guidance, or tap into the rest of this guidance to cultivate that life of balance for yourself. And it's so accessible. It's just a matter of doing it. All right. Beautiful. Thank you for being here. Please let me know if you have any questions for me. If so, you can leave them in the comments, or feel free to share how this resonated with you. I always love hearing that as well. If you feel called to donate to what I call the love jar, I will leave my PayPal donation link in the description box below. This helps me to show up with energy for you every week. So thank you so much for that. And again, if you'd like to purchase this deck, info below. It does also come with the Four Noble Intro to Tarot online course. That is a bonus freebie that you get when purchasing the Four Noble Tarot deck. So this is a self-paced online class that you can take on your own time, but it really dives deeply into how to work with these cards. So not specifically Four Noble Tarot, it also talks about just how to work with tarot in general. So even if you're not drawn to this deck, you can still purchase that course individually if you'd like, and learn how to read tarot cards for yourself. I do have 3 other courses, which I'll link below. You can explore so many things. Read the description. We'll leave it at that. But I'm sending so much love and light your way. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can get your readings every single Monday in real time, as well as your guided meditations as those are released. And I look forward to connecting with you again very soon.